Hey everybody, it's time for another installment of the Industrial Belt Railway layout plan. Going to be kind of a short video today. I only was working on the 2-foot by 7-foot table here for TMKX Locomotive Leasing. Before anybody jumps all over me, these tracks are only temporarily laid here. The plywood is not screwed down. We don't even have the backdrop painted. I wanted to paint the plywood tops. I wanted to paint the framework and legs. But things aren't progressing like I would hope, because now we have a new problem. As you can see, we have a lighting issue. We got some LED shop lights up in the ceiling for the basement, but the lights have a ground on the plug. The previous owner went ahead and bypassed those by using a different type of plug to string them all together, bypassing the ground. There's also an old metal outlet strip laying up there that the wiring is frayed. And we're lucky we didn't burn the house down since we've been here, because there's insulation stuffed up, as you can see, up there into those floor joists. I know a lot of you know I was in the hospital for about a week. I'm waiting on a check from State Farm because I have hospital coverage, and I was going to use some of that money to purchase some new lights. We were going to add some more to get rid of some of these dark spots, especially over this table here. I'm hoping I could stick one right in there. What else? But I got to get the lights. I got to get some cables to string them together. We got to get some new those plastic light covers, where, you know, instead of having a ceiling tile. So it's turned into a little bit of a extra project that I wasn't expecting, but it was something that was in the back of my mind. I'm not too thrilled with the way they did the lighting down here. We got a lot of dark spots, so maybe that'll make it better. Let me get up a second. I'm having some mobility issues lately. My back and my legs are killing me. Just real quick. Got the living room area decorated for Halloween. Just a little something. But anyway, here's the drop-down section. I'm thinking I'm going to have 2 tracks coming down, as you can see here. And I'm using, yes, number 4 switches, so don't jump on me about that. But I need to save some space. And I'm thinking using the smaller switches on the property here won't be as bad as using it on the rest of the layout. So the 2 tracks, as you can see, the one to the right is going to have a switch. It curves and angles towards the wall. That is where the building is going to go. The little section there is where that little red and white Hustler switcher that I have that moves the stuff around the property is going to sit. The track to the left is where the fueling and sanding is going to be done, and I think where the leasing units sit, where they're getting ready to be picked up by the IBR. These 3 tracks here to the left of the screen are going to be storage tracks for locomotives in different stages of being stripped and, torn apart to cannibalize them for the other locomotives. So here's an end from the other end of the table. There's your storage. There's the sanding and fueling. This is going to go into a building, which I think I'm going to have to scratch build on an angle. And then that little short one there is where that Hustler will sit. And then, of course, there's the 2 tracks then going across the drop-down section going onto the main table. Like I said, I would like to get another light put up here. You can see it's kind of dark. Other than that, I don't know what else we could really talk about. I might do some pictures. I might set up some trains on these tracks just so that you can see what it would look like. But, I got to go all the way over there and dig all that out and figure out where they're all at before I could put them up here. So it might take a day or 2 because, like I said, I'm not moving too great. And I got back-to-back doctor's appointments tomorrow and Tuesday for a follow-up from my hospital visit. So anyway, like I said, short video. Just wanted to give a little bit of an overview of what I'm doing. All this is just temporary. This might change. But like I said, we got to do that lighting issue first. We still got to patch and paint the backdrop. Then I wanted to paint the plywood. And then I'm thinking I want to run the wiring underneath first before we glue this plywood and screw it down. And then I was going to paint the legs and the framework here, probably a flat black. Eventually, we'll put a fascia board on, but that's going to be later. Also, remember where the TV used to be over there, just right of the grocery bag? Was going to put the street running, but I'm thinking it's going to go on that part of the peninsula instead. And then the rest of that peninsula is going to be, we're going to do a diamond and an interchange track with a small interchange yard with just a couple of tracks. Then we're going to go into the street running, and then we come onto the main table again. And then we'll figure out on this whole stretch here what industries are going to go where. I'm thinking we're only going to be about 6 industries. But like I said, I'm signing off for now. Look for some pictures that I'm going to put up soon of this area here. And, well, thanks again for watching. And then if you can get a chance, join me at Fat Caboose Depot on YouTube if you haven't already joined. And I'd really appreciate if you would subscribe and then like the video so I can get that page moving. So, all right, everybody enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.